nice day today. Today is the 12th of May, and I am heading to a couple of spots over on the Klamath County side. The last May this was all flooded, but this time around there's hardly even any water. So I'm at Seldom Creek, upstream from the Seldom Falls. But as you can see, it's pretty much almost dried up. This is just kind of a shallow little pond at this point. So now I'm headed up the west side highway. This is from Rocky Point going up to Fort Klamath. At my next destination here. And I might not be able to get to it after all. It's a private property sign. All the aspens are in bloom here. Everything is green. Here's a little trail down to where the spring is. This time of year you can definitely see the water coming straight out of the ground. Just a little hole here, and this marks the spring. Here's a much better view. You can see clusters of the mare's eggs. Look like just big round black stones. On the Wood River Valley, you can go to other springs along the edge of this valley, and so long as there's a nice big undisturbed pond like this, you'll probably find quite a few of them. Entering the Klamath Marsh National Wildlife Refuge. Sun is set a little while ago. Pretty quiet. Not even that cold out. And I'm just at a turn off from the Silver Lake Road. So it's definitely a lot colder out here in the wetlands. There's a definite breeze. Keeps on coming through. I think it comes from the mountains. Anyway, the whole area is just loud with frogs. I'm at milepost 7 along the Silver Lake Road. The road just goes right through the marsh itself. Yep, starting some shots here. Looks like we do have one car coming from the west. I heard an owl earlier as well. And it's a perfect spot. Pulled off last night, just off the Silver Lake Road onto this Forest Service road. I didn't quite catch the number, but it's not too far from the, it's in between the military crossing road, just the military road, and then the headquarters for the Klamath Marsh. And it's a road that spurs to the east. Typical red cinder kind of road. It's a pretty clear morning. It's 9 o'clock and we're looking out into the Klamath Marsh. Forest Service road back there was called 7646. I drove about 1 kilometer up that road and found a nice pullout. Heading towards Yamsay Mountain, which I can see just on the horizon there. It has very little snow. I thought it was going to have quite a bit left over, but it looks like it's just confined to the north face where there's a glacial gouge cirque. Just on top of this hill is where the headquarters for the Klamath Marsh is located. I think on the old topographic maps it used to be a ranch. Buildings have that appearance of having a stable and all that. And I think it might have been called like Kid Ridge Ranch, but now it's the headquarters. Okay, I had to waste a little bit of time trying to get to this spot. The road, main road leading up to Yamsay Mountain is a little bit overgrown, so I can't really drive as far as I did up here. I still have about maybe a 1,600 foot elevation gain to go, but the road here narrows as well. I just parked at this spot and I just have to kind of find my way up until I hit the old road that leads to the top. There used to be a fire lookout up there. Okay, I am standing on the old road leading up to the summit. There's definitely a lot of felled trees, but as long as I could follow what looks to be a trail, I can probably make it all the way up. So the first snow was just over 7,000 feet. That was a little while ago. Now I'm coming into the area here where it's several feet, which is actually making it easier to hike. If it was only a foot or less, I'd be falling right through, but this stuff here is actually pretty solid. 4/10 of a mile from the summit. It's been gradual uphill like this. The trees are a lot shorter, and I'm falling through a lot more easily through some of this snow. There's also some fresh tracks here. Maybe a coyote. But it came from that direction over in there. It's a true summit right there. So here we are, Summit Rock. And as you can see, this is where the fire lookout was located. People have engraved their names. Lauren, August, 1985. Well, this ain't too shabby a view. I'll start off to the east. I've actually been on that mountain. That is Hager Mountain. And there's a fire lookout up there as well. And going south, that long ridge that you see there is actually the Winter Rim, I think it's called. On the other side is Summer Lake in the Oregon Outback. There's a road that leads to a very nice viewpoint. It's in my Eastern Oregon video that I did about a year ago. And that's the Seldom Marsh. Gearhart Mountain, which still has some snow on it. And we're going pretty much straight south here. There's a burn going on. I can see Mount Shasta, but it's obscured in the clouds over in there. It's a Mountain Lakes Wilderness. Mount McLaughlin and Pelican Butte. And you could see the Klamath Marsh where I was. Mount Scott, that's part of Crater Lake. There's Mount Bailey. Mount Thielsen right next to it. And some of the 8,000 foot peaks just north of it, like Howlock Mountain and forgot the other one, starts with a T. Diamond Peak. And that's pretty faint, but that's the Three Sisters area. And it gets kind of hazy beyond that. I can see Newberry Crater, which is that in the far background. One of those is China Hat. Fort Rock is right there. That's looking out towards Christmas Valley. Table Rock is what that's called. Been meaning to go up that. Just out in the juniper country. And then back facing Hager Mountain. There's a summit register up here as well.